Hai, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Iwana binti Mohamad Bahri.
My name is Nur Adzhaliza, binti Roslee.
My name is Nur Rifhan Qistina, binti Shaballah.
We are from class KSC 1104C.
So today we will be presenting the task that was given by our lecturer, Madam Nur Adzhaliza, based on the subject microeconomics.
Okay, our topic is about the contribution of each economic sector to national income in Malaysia.
Before we start, let us welcome you with some short introduction on why we need to measure the national income.
So, national income is measured in order to know our country economic performance
and to forecast future development plans for businesses.
And to help businesses to forecast their future demands for their products.
For your information, there are three sectors that contributes to national income,
which is primary sector, secondary sector, and tertiary sector.
So now Rifhan Qistina will proceed the presentation with the primary sector.
I'm gonna explain about the primary sector. The definition of primary sector, actually the primary sector of the economy involve harvest and extract product from the earth, such as raw material and also basic food. This raw material will be provided to the next production process that involve in the secondary sector. So for the example of the primary sector is mining and agriculture. So I will introduce a little bit about the primary sector. Malaysia economic development is largely due to its wealth of the natural resources, especially in agriculture and forestry. Actually, the British is the one that introduced the new commercial crops such as rubber in 1876, palm oil in 1970, and cocoa in 1950. The production and export of primary industry actually contribute significantly to the social economy of the Malaysia. And in 1970, the Malaysia actually totally depend on the agriculture sector, but since it has declined, so it still become the third most important sector in Malaysia. So I will explain a little bit about agriculture. Agriculture includes with the forestry, fishing and hunting, and this sector is very important because it provides daily meals for the people's living now. Some of the main raw material in Malaysia is rubber, palm oil and also cocoa. Actually, Malaysia is the world's fourth largest producer of cocoa, and palm oil and rubber is actually the major foreign exchange earner. Okay. In 1916, the foreign reserve have very high rate, but between 1970 to the mid-20th century, their contribution in the GDP has declined, but even though it has declined, it still remains as an important sector in Malaysia since it closely tied to the manufacturing sector. But by early 21st century, it has become one of the world top producer of palm oil. Together with the other crops such as pepper, coffee, tea, and also some of the exotic fruit. Since Malaysian tropical climate is very favorable and suitable to produce the exotic fruits such as durian, rambutan, and also coconuts. In the first quarter of 2020, the agricultural sector, the share in GDP has declined by 7.8% due to decline in forestry, palm oil, and also agricultural products. And for oil palm subsector, it has declined by 22% compared to the previous quarter, which is declined by 16.9% due to the construction in CPO, which is crude palm oil. I will explain about mining. Malaysia has produced coal, clay, copper, gold, tins, and many more natural gas. And actually, mining is the primary industry that could help other industries to grow. For example, the contribution of metallic minerals in the metallurgical production industry such as steels and iron beam. This will become input for the industry sector. And the petroleum and natural gas has become the second top export in 2002. And tin mining is actually a very top industry in Peninsular Malaysia. Major export earner in 1997 is actually a tin, which is 176 million, followed by the others minerals. That's why I said that that's why the tin production is actually one of the pillar of the country development for Malaysia. In the first quarter of 2020, mining has a decline by 2%, but it's better compared to the last quarter, which is the fourth quarter of 2019, which has declined by 3.4%. This is due to improved production in crude, condensate, and natural gas. So, mining could make an environmental risk, but it has been controlled by the government so that the SOP must be followed by those who make mining, or not, they will not get the premise. So I will update a little bit about the current situation of Malaysia, since we know the COVID-19 has greatly impacted the economy of Malaysia. So the job loss percentage in agriculture sector is very high, which is for the fishery is 33%, and for the other agriculture activities is 21.1%. It really affects the agriculture sector. So I will pass to Nur Adzhaliza to present about the next topic, which is the secondary sector.
Nur Rifhan Qistina. Okay, I will explain to you about the second part, the secondary sector, which is the manufacture and construction sector. The definition of the secondary sector is the manufacturing and construction that takes the raw material from the primary sector, and transform them into manufactured goods and products. For example, the primary sector, which is the woods, we transform them into furniture. The chemical transform them into plastics, and the gold will transform into necklaces. Okay, before I go any further, I will introduce you about the secondary sector, which creates the goods and product, is the backbone of the economic in Malaysia, because it contribute a lot in economic Malaysia, other than other two sector, which is the primary and tertiary. The example for manufacturing sector is all chemical industry, furniture, and also the home appliance. For construction, building, infrastructure, and industry, factory. Other than that, the manufacturing sector is the engine of the economic growth, which has the higher electricity of demand, and it is also act as a predominant of the tertiary sector, which is the product that be used in the next sector, which is the tertiary sector. Okay, next I will talk about the facts on secondary sector, which the growth of manufacturing sector in Malaysia has contribute to 30% in 1999, compared to in 1997 that has 13.9%, which have the difference of 16.1%, which is a lot in economic sector. This shows that there is an increase throughout the years in economic growth in Malaysia. And according to Caldo, from 1967, manufacturing is the engine of the economic growth as industrial good has a higher income, higher elasticity of demand. Manufacturing sector in Malaysia also has contributed almost 80% of the overall country's export. And Malaysia also known as the 21st largest exporting nation of the world. Now I will talk about the manufacturing sector that contribute in national income in Malaysia. And for example, chemical industry. You know that Malaysia is the third largest in Asia to contribute chemical industry and also the 31st largest in the world. The chemical industry is the major contributor in Malaysia's economy in manufacturing. And it also use petrochemicals and oleochemicals from the primary sector. For example, the chemical industry produce fuels, chemical, plastic, rubber, and it also produce to export to another country. Hence, this industry to increase the national income in Malaysia with the help of the primary sector. Okay, lastly, in my part, in secondary sector, is about the contribution of construction sector in Malaysia's economy, which is the construction building has been playing a significant role in the economy of Malaysia in terms of its contribution of revenue generation, capital formation, and also the employment creation, which has ultimately support the GDP and the socio-economic development of Malaysia. Construction sector also give benefits to demonstrate the workability of a building and also can estimate the development of construction based on the current economic condition. Malaysia construction industry can be idolized by other country because it is more advanced, modernized, and as well occupied. Therefore, it can increase the GDP in economy and also increase the national income in Malaysia. Okay, for the last sector, which is the tertiary sector, Seri Iwana will further your understanding by presenting it next.
Now I am going to present about tertiary sector. Right, what is tertiary sector? Tertiary sector is a sector that provides service to its customer. This sector also known as a service sector. Electricity, gas and water, tourism, and also transportation are the examples of tertiary sector. As you can see, such as electricity, gas and water, and also transportation are our necessity in our daily life, right? So that is why most people will consume it, and that is why this sector contributes a lot to our GDP in Malaysia. And then, okay, generally in Malaysia, 20% are contributed by this sector to total exports towards the economy. For example, during 2007 and 2008, where it is equivalent to 100.9 billion in 2007 and 102 on 2018. Okay, so that according to the WTO, which is a World Trade Organization, Malaysia was ranked 30th in the world's largest exporters services in 2008, which is we are being recognized in the world, which is that's a great achievement. Okay, on 11 Malaysia plan, they provide in between 2016 until 2020, the service sector will continue contributing into the economic growth. Okay, this is to enhance the competitiveness and to promote the migration into high value and knowledge intensive activities. Okay, service sector is expected to grow at 6.8% and contributed 56.5% to the GDP in 2020, and um, in addition to it, it will provide 9.3 million jobs to the to this service. So, which is, it's not, we are not only contributing to the GDP but also on the employment to give the job to people. Have you ever wondered what is the key factor of all of these? Right, the first one is labor productivity improve, as the labor are doing the right job, where they have higher productivity, so you know it contributes a lot to service sector. And the second one is income elasticity of demand. For example, as we have higher income and we have higher demand on luxury services, for example holiday, and then as we have a lot of income, so we tend to pay for the services rather than making it by ourselves. For example, if you want to eat, you rather going out or order from Foodpanda and all, rather than you go find the ingredients and cook for your own self. And then new technology has enabled the new service sector industries to develop. For example, internet. Everything is on our fingers. Okay. Meanwhile, on 30th May 2020, recently, Department of Statistics Malaysia has informed that on first quarter of 2020, which is during January until April 2020, Malaysia's GDP grew at 0.7% from 3.6% of fourth quarter in 2019. The growth in quarter is supported by the tertiary sector, which is 3.1%. You can look at it like the tertiary sector has contributed 3.1% to our GDP in this first quarter and 2020. Okay, but yeah, when pandemic COVID-19 hits, okay, industries such as tourism and also aircraft has been badly affected. You know, they got no customers, they have to shut down, we cannot go anywhere, so they have been badly affected. And yeah, but also there are some industries who is doing well, such as healthcare industries and also postal delivery services such as Post Laju, where they deliver goods.
Okay, for the next slide, it's about the economic sector graph, and you can see that there is a table which shows you the calculation for contribution for each sector. And basically, manufacturing industry, which is in secondary sector, have give the most contribution in Malaysia's economy and national income.
As a conclusion, we know that there are many industries that has helped in Malaysian economy and contribute to the national income. So we must work hard together in making sure that our national income increase and it could develop our country, become more advanced, modern and fully equipped, as it will help us in Malaysia. So even during this pandemic, we as a responsible person, we need to help in making plan on how to make our Malaysian economy become better and increase, even while we are in the quarantine.
If pandemic COVID-19 has ended, so we can help our country by spending our money, especially to SMEs who is badly affected during COVID-19 because they can't sell, they can't, having their income, as some of it are shutting down their businesses. But yeah, after all this, we can recover it back by spending our money to it and helping our countries to increase our GDP. So yes, our presentation has finally come to an end, so we would like to thank you, each and every one of you who watched this video. And yes, especially to our Madam Nur Adzhaliza, who helps a lot in us during making this video, making this presentation. And then yes, I would like to remind you guys to stay safe and stay at home if you need. And then hashtag kita jaya kita. Thank you so much and take care. Assalamualaikum.